Play therapy is an emerging profession worldwide. It has its roots in North America and the United Kingdom, and the aim of the Congress is to spread the word internationally.
And on this Congress we have 22 countries represented and 4 new ones: Tunisia, Brunei, Austria and Colombia. The theme of the conference is making a difference, and the basis for this theme was our contract that we had with UNICEF to psychologically support and emotionally support the children in Africa through play therapy.
The Congress is divided into 4 parts. At the centre is 1 day of plenary sessions, which gives PTI an opportunity to consider where it's come from, its future direction and policies. And we have 4 eminent speakers there. This has been preceded by 3 specialist courses designed for the qualified practitioner, and that includes TheraPlay skills for working with children on the autistic spectrum and who suffer from trauma, SAND-play, further development of the skills that practitioners already have, because SAND is the most important media for boys. And the third one of the pre-Congress courses is filial play coaching, where we recognise parents as the agent of change and train our therapists to work with the parents who use non-directed play skills with the children. Following the plenary session, there are 3 days of workshops, and there are 60 of them, on a variety of topics, ranging from theory, presentation of research, to practical issues. And finally we round off the Congress with 2 post-courses, each of 4 days. One is concerned with therapeutic storytelling, and the other is working specifically with children who've been traumatized.
Let's start with some fun.
No matter where the child comes from, no matter what they're struggling with, whether it's domestic abuse, whether it's major catastrophe like an earthquake or a flood or a bomb, whether they're Catholic or Protestant or Muslim, whether they live in England or Africa or the Far East, play transcends all cultures, and play therapy transcends all cultures. I used to get loads of referrals from GPs of 2-year-olds because they were having tantrums. I was tempted to send them back with a little message saying, great, fine, developing normally. Send them back to me if they're not having tantrums. Right? Yeah. How can you know what's normal and abnormal in this child's life if you don't know what roughly a child of this age, in this context, would be struggling with anyway in terms of their development? And I can't think of a better way of getting at where a child's development is, except through play.
The work I do isn't strictly speaking play therapy, but I do practice watch, wait and wonder with parents and children. And yeah, it's a very non-verbal kind of play-based approach, I suppose. I think that ultimately what's going to make a real difference to society, or even to the world as a whole, is the quality of relationships. And so the work that we are doing as therapists, might seem to be just about particular individuals and their relationships, but I think it has potential to transform the world.
I define play work in a much more broad sense, so broadly in fact that I feel play therapy would be almost an arm of play work, rather in the same way as social work. People know what social work is. It's a generic concept. There are psychiatric social workers and children's social workers and so on. And I tend to see play work in that sort of way. So I would see play therapy as one aspect of play work. So the material that I showed yesterday, I do see it as play work, but certainly while I've been here, I've been more and more made aware that it overlaps a lot with play therapy.
My father's work was on the science of family bonds. He was trying to make scientific sense, trying to get an explanation for what it is you can see, you can measure, you can replicate, you can experience. And how do you pull that together in a unified explanation? It's called a theory, attachment theory. And I think play therapy has made fantastic use. My father has written that he is disappointed that more people haven't used his theoretical explanation to apply to new therapies. Well, here we are. Here we have one beautiful illustration of somebody who's taken attachment theory, applied it to a therapeutic model, and it works. Fantastic.
I've been enjoying the course absolutely fantastically. My 4 days with Barbara Turner have been life-altering.
Well, you know, it's been such an enriching experience. I think all the presenters that we've seen, they are so knowledgeable, they're so enthusiastic, and it just opens a new world to see different perspectives. Yes, that is, yeah.
And it's something so different as work as I do as a child psychiatrist, and it really enjoys me being here.
I've really enjoyed everything so far, but the thing I really like is just meeting the experts. So it's having time to spend with the experts, whether that's formally or informally, over dinner or actually in their classes. So it's kind of getting all their wisdom, and it's kind of like for 5-6 days, so you just kind of hear and it's really intense, and I'm just taking it all away. So it's about it all coming together and crystallising.
Coming to the conference was a struggle, traveling, but we finally made it. And having been here has been a wonderful experience. I have met people that I met years ago, and we reconnected. But most of all, I feel I have learned so much to bring back to Ireland, to rejuvenate all the other therapists that I work with in Ireland.
Well, I came here to the Congress with great expectations, because I knew I would meet here play therapists from all over the world, lots of professionals with huge experience and knowledge, and just wanted to delve into their experience and share it. And so far it was excellent, because all the workshops were more like sharing experience than somebody just teaching us something. And I felt great, lots of ideas coming together. And this is what I hope I can carry back to Romania and my work.
Since I was elected president of Play Therapy International in 2003, my mission has been to bring to the world the highest standards in play therapy, which in 1986 were provided by Dr. Mark Barnes, and Play Therapy International added to that the competency framework. We know that between 70 and 80% of the children will improve through the play therapy intervention. PTI is now in 29 countries, of which 17 have established sustainable play therapy services.
What we really hope is that when the delegates return to the countries, they'll put into practice what they've learned from the workshops, from the courses, from the keynote speaker, and most importantly from their peers, and in putting it into practice, make a real difference to the children's lives.